Hello again, everyone.
What was she doing with her fingers?
Well, she was supposed to count down from 5, but...
Oh, why'd she poke him in the eye?
I don't know. It was a little bit... The whole counting to 5 thing, I think, was a little confusing.
Is this over?
No, but I'm going to try to go easy on you.
Go ahead.
Jackie, can I do my intro now?
You can introduce me now.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Hello again, everyone. Todd Staruch, the Horror Nerd, here at New Jersey HorrorCon and Film Festival at the Showboat in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
The Horror Nerd?
The Horror Nerd.
The Horror Nerd.
Yes.
That's a mouthful.
Well, it is.
I'm with the Horror Nerd.
Yes, and I am with the Joke Man, Jackie Martling.
It's so much easier to say.
It is.
I'm the Joke Nerd.
It is. Jackie, how are you?
Hi.
How has the show been for you so far?
I have never had so much fun in my life.
Really? I find that hard to believe.
Did it start yet?
Almost.
No, I'm having a great time. Everybody's so friendly. I'm not a horror fan. I was in a couple of very, very, very bad horror films, which were really fun. My wife, my future ex-wife at the time, was in a movie that was very, very, very low budget, and they had no money except that they were very, very good friends with a guy who was a spectacular special effects guy. So it was a horrible movie with incredible special effects, fake heads and everything. And I had like 2 seconds in that movie. So that's my horror background. Thank you very much. And everybody in New Jersey, these people, they all know me, you know.
Exactly.
So it's really fun.
Exactly.
You know, it's all fun.
So speaking of bad movies, I heard you were in a movie with a friend of mine called Puppets. And I was specifically told...
Do you know the premise of that movie?
She's kind of making fun of me.
Do you know the premise of that movie?
I have no idea.
A guy and a girl are married, and they're talk show people, but they each have a ventriloquist doll. She has a girl doll, he has a male doll, and they're doing a talk show, and the male ventriloquist doll decides he wants to go off on his own. I swear. And I read the script. I said, "Are you kidding me?" It was so horrible, but we did it. We had a great time, and that's where I met Tina, and it was really, really fun. And Buddy Fitzpatrick was in it. He was very, very talented, and he's actually signed to my girlfriend's agency. You know, it's never not fun making a movie.
I agree.
No matter what.
I agree.
No matter how horrible it is. And it's not even that. There's so many bad movies that you can't call horrible, because then that's not giving credibility to the ones that are really horrible. And if there's something actually up on the screen, then you got a movie, you know.
Sometimes the horrible ones are the most fun to watch.
Or
right?
At least the most fun to make, yes, absolutely.
I agree. So, Jackie, you've had a decades-long career as a comedian.
Are you trying to make me feel old?
Well, listen, look at you. You see the white here? I'm all good.
I've been at it a while, I will admit that.
What would you say is the most difficult or most challenging thing about being a stand-up comic?
Doing it. You know what? Chris Rock is every night. You know, I did a show about a week ago. Great show. People were nice. I had a killer show. But I got there like 3 hours early, because you never know the traffic. And I've been doing this for 43 years or something like that. And I sat there and stewed for 2 hours, just like stewing, like it was my first gig. And Chris Rock said it the best. About 2 or 3 years ago, he said, "You don't get paid for the show, you get paid for the 20 minutes before the show." Because I don't care who you are, it just sucks. It's like, what's going to happen? What if the mic doesn't work? What if they face the wrong way? What if they don't speak English? I mean, it's amazing what goes through your mind. So, you know, but you know, there's no specific challenging thing. You know, when you decide to do it, you just do it. And, you know, you're sorry, and then you're not sorry, and then you're sorry, and you're not sorry. But you know, it's a moving target. Now, why are you sorry you got married? You know, ask me at different times during the day. You know?
Right. We could talk about that off camera.
You know, why are you sorry you got married? Taste that dinner. Listen to her talk. Get in the car with her. I'm only kidding, ladies.
Just so quick follow-up on
I'm
that.
allowed to make fun like that when you're well hung like I am.
Was there ever a time in your career where you seriously thought, maybe this isn't for me? I'm going to become an auto mechanic or something like that?
Yeah, like I just said, before every show for the last 40 years. No, I've actually had times. I had a time in Atlantic City where I had left the Stern Show, and a woman who I was very good friends with worked for the people, the high-ups, the actual high-up guys from Atlanta, from Coca-Cola. And they hired me to come to Atlantic City to perform for them. And they put me up in a really good hotel, whatever one it was, I don't know. And I came to the room, and it was a boardroom. It's a true story. 5 tables, maybe 6 tables with either 8 or 10 people at each. That was it. No microphone, no nothing. Walk in the room, do what you do. They're paying me a lot of money. I think it was like $5,000, which was a lot of money. It's always been a lot of money. And I'm like, I can't just stand here. So I walked around. I don't know what I said to who. I don't know if I told jokes. I have no idea what I did. I'm telling you, automatic pilot. They're wasps, stuck up, very wealthy, nice people, but not rollicking.
I got you. Yep, I got
not
you.
your Jews and your Italians. They're like, So I got nothing. I got nothing. And I walked out of there because what you just described doesn't really happen. But I went back to my room, and I was so freaked out because I had gotten no reaction. No reaction. And I actually sat in my bed. I ordered a shrimp cocktail, a big steak, a Caesar salad, and I sat there saying, I have to quit the business. I'm obviously not cut out for this business. Now, I'd already been doing it 35 years, but I was so distraught, out of my mind. And after I ate all that food and I'm sitting there, I think I smoked a joint, and I'm like, oh my God, my life, oh my God. The phone rings, and it's the girl who booked me. She said, I'm sorry I couldn't call you sooner because they started having dessert and then coffee and doing toasts and everything, so I couldn't get to a phone. They love you, they're paying you double, and they want you to come down to the bar and hang out with them.
Wow.
And that's the kind of thing where I'm not exaggerating when I say they didn't budge. They didn't, the old, what am I working on, an oil painting? But that was one time where I was like, it's a good thing they locked the windows in the hotels, Nothing. But that really went through my mind, like, I'm not cut out for this, Which is just, it's absurd,
It is. Well, and look, and it worked out, and here you are.
Well,
right? You're still
being nuts is probably a job requirement,
Yeah.
But who cares?
Now, before I leave,
next thing I was thinking, the next thing I know, I'm going to wind up signing autographs at a horror show. God, your daughter is so cute.
my daughter.
It's not your daughter?
No. No.
Your daughter is so cute. I'm not looking at your son because I'm not like that. If I was like that, I'd look at him, though. He's very handsome.
Well, that went off the rails.
You gotta start dressing your daughter. She should not have a bare belly when I'm around. A bare belly, yeah. Bare belly, no. Bare belly, yes. Bare belly, no. Say that 3 times. Bare belly.
Aren't you glad you decided to help me?
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana again?
Wow.
All right.
Jackie, before I leave you, let's talk about your book here.
Do you want to hear my marriage joke? Hey, Blondie, want to hear my marriage joke?
I'm just gonna go.
The guy walks into the house and his wife's watching television, and she's yelling at the screen, "Don't do it! Don't go in that church, you idiot! Don't do it, you moron! Don't go in that church!" He says, "What are you watching?" She says, "Our wedding video." Pretty good, right? He thought it was going to be a dirty joke. I scared the hell out of him.
I wouldn't care if it was.
Oh, you would too. This is the horror nerd.
I was going to ask you about your book, but I forgot what I was going to ask you, so we'll put that down.
This is selling into the dozens. The Joke Man, bow to stern. If you want to look for it on the internet, you have to Google The Joke Man, bow to stern. Because if you Google bow to stern, this is the true story, you get a 7th grade sailing manual. So you can't do bow to stern. It's got to be The Joke Man, bow to stern.
All right.
The end of the sales.
One last thing.
I tweet jokes every day at 4:20 p.m. International Marijuana Time at Jackie Martling. And for dirty jokes, call 516-922-WINE, which is 922-9463. Dial it now. You'll be very shocked. If you have Alexa, get all the kids out of the room and say, Alexa, play Jackie Martling. Then put on your seatbelt and sit down.
All right, so we're gonna play Stump the Joke Man. Because when I saw you at Rascals about 82 years ago, you played Stump the Joke Man, and someone in the audience stumped you with this one.
Uh-oh.
What do you call it when a carpenter masturbates? I'm gonna win a T-shirt.
Hold on.
I swear to God, I'm gonna win a T-shirt.
Carpenter masturbates. Hammer. Hold on. Building. I think I wrote this joke. Hammer masturbates. A carpenter masturbates.
Shelf abuse.
That's why I didn't know it. It's not a joke.
Jackie the Joke Man, everybody.
That is not a joke. That is horrible.
I want my T-shirt still.
Horrible.
Stump the Joke Man. Jackie, thank you so much for
My father
giving me
caught me
some time.
masturbating one time.
I'm going to sit down.
He said, Jackie, don't do it. You'll go blind. I said, Pop, I'm over here. Okay.
Anything else?
No, that's it. That's all we got for you.
All good in the hood.
That's all we got.
Jackie the Joke Man Martling, everybody.
I am not looking at her daughter's beautiful belly button. My God, how old? 16? Stand there for a year.
Okay, folks, that's the sound of our souls being sucked directly into hell.
That is the end of everything. It has all ended right now. So, a lady goes into the drugstore and says to the pharmacist, I need to buy some cyanide to kill my husband. He said, lady, I cannot sell you cyanide to kill your husband. You'll go to jail. I'll go to jail. You're crazy. She reaches her purse, takes out a picture, hands it to the pharmacist. It's a picture of her husband in bed with the pharmacist's wife. He says, you didn't tell me I had a prescription. That's pretty dirty.
I am exhausted now.
Goodbye.
Jackie the Joke Man, everybody, here at New Jersey HorrorCon and Film Festival.
I'm the joke nerd.
At the Showboat in Atlantic City. Jackie, thank you very much for a bit of your time. It was a lot of fun.
The pressure was all mine.
Definitely the most entertaining interview of the night.
There you go.
Thank you. The Horror Nerd here, everybody, signing off. We will see all of you in the next interview.